Okay, here we go. Let's see, I think we're starting. Okay. Hopefully, is it, okay, can you see me? Let's see if I have this link here. Okay. Okay. So, hopefully you can see me now, and hopefully you are starting to hear me very soon. Good. Okay, good, great. Hey, somebody from the UK. Hi, welcome. It's that Bear and Bloomworks. Howdy. Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for coming by. So, yeah, I have there's usually like a 15 to 30 second delay between sort of me talking and then you actually hear what I'm saying. So it's a little bit weird because I'll be talking and saying things and then, there's sort of a 15 to 30 second delay, then you guys hear them, and then I can see your comments, sort of a couple of seconds after I've said things too. Hi, Sandra from the UK also. We got some folks from Canada. Hi, is that Corrine? Hi, nice to see you. I'm going to say your name wrong, but I'm Naya. I know you comment all the time on my videos. Thanks for coming. Oh, somebody from the Netherlands. Het, I hope I pronounced that right. Thanks so much. Okay, great. It looks like everybody's starting to check in. Hopefully the link that I set up before is working. I just had to go sort of stream live. So let me just post this in, I'm going to go and kind of post this in soap making really quick, just so people, in case that other link wasn't working. Give me 1 second. And then we'll get started. Okay, so, all right, hopefully I just didn't freeze there. Hey everyone, okay, we got Colorado and Georgia, North Carolina, Utah, Alaska. Hi, Juliet from Alaska, Nebraska, Connecticut. Okay, great. Wow, it's so awesome to see everybody. Let me see if I can make my window just a little. New Zealand, cool. Hi, Sarah. This is like a weird setup. I have like in my soaping area, I have like lights all set up and electrical outlets everywhere and things like that. So, okay. New Jersey, yes, it got definitely super cold. Although I'm kind of in the mood for cold weather now. So, yesterday was super nice in the morning, like in the 70s, and then snow in the evenings. It was kind of crazy, but Sydney, Australia. Hi, Amy. Kimmy from England. Hi. Okay. Well, good. I think we have a bunch of people joining or still getting in. So we'll start to get started here. If you guys have questions, certainly feel free to throw them out there. I'll try to answer any questions that you have. But today, what we'll be doing during this live session, I have, hey, Rosalind from Pennsylvania, and Wendy from New Mexico. What we'll be doing is I'll be answering questions that you guys may have throughout the session here. The whole thing will probably last about an hour. I have a giveaway to do from Bramble Berry. Bramble Berry is sort of sponsoring this video. They gave me a bunch of things to give away. And I also have a shipping code for $20 off of shipping from Bramble Berry. And we'll give that now. So the shipping code for Bramble Berry is Devinely, Devinely. It's good for $20 off shipping, and it expires on 12/15. Feel free to share that with your friends as well. Bramble Berry was excited to sort of participate, and I certainly appreciate them helping out with this video, and they donated some products. Let me tell you about the giveaway. We'll do the giveaway kind of toward the end, but I have a bunch of fragrances to give away. So I have Cocoa Butter Cashmere, Vermont Maple, Pumpkin Souffle, Key Lime Tart, Cotton Candy, and then a little one of Rustic Woods and Rum. Then I have Bramble Berry also. This is from, they sent me a kit a while ago. So I'm going to be doing a 5-pound wooden mold, and it has sort of this slider bottom in it. It's pretty cool, and it has a silicone liner in it. I used it once. It works great, but I don't make big batches. I only make really small ones, so it's a little too big for me, but it's been used once. It's practically brand new. And then I have some things from my stash I'm adding in as well. Last time I ordered from Bramble Berry, I ordered a couple of extra colorants. So I have 1 ounces each of Coral Mica, Copper Sparkle Mica, Apple Moss Green Mica, Brick Red Oxide Pigment, Radiant Plum. This is a beautiful, bright, like pink purple. And then I have a little 1 ounce sample of cranberry seeds and some yellow silt clay. So those are all going to be in the giveaway later on. We'll do that at the end. And let me just get these out of the way here. I see more people are joining. Okay, let's see. We had Susie from Ohio and lives in Draper, Utah. Hi, welcome. Is there a minimum for the shipping code? No, I don't think so. It's a maximum of $20 off. That's it. So their shipping depends upon what you order. So if you have a really small order, you know, the shipping may only be a couple of dollars. So it's up to $20 off shipping for them. Does the cocoa butter cashmere smell as good as it sounds? So I'll tell you, when I got that one, I was really curious about it, and at first I was a little bit just not sure of it, but then as I came back and smelled it a couple more times, it really grew on me. It's a really like soft, kind of warm fragrance to it, with a little bit of sort of feminine vibe to it. It's really lovely, actually. It's not like, it's definitely not a like punch you in the face fragrance. It's more of a just warm, soothing kind of fragrance. I like it a lot. Yeah, Radiant Plum is pretty cool. It's nice and bright if you're really into bright colors. Hi, JL, sorry, from Niagara Falls in Canada. So the giveaway, unfortunately, is for U.S. residents only because I think the shipping, if I have to ship that international, is going to be kind of crazy expensive. So sorry about that. No, you haven't missed most of this. We've just started, so I've only been kind of talking for, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes so far. So, okay, great. Well, so that's the free shipping code from Bramble Berry, and the giveaway we'll do at the end, and then we're also going to make soap. So let me change my camera here a little bit. Okay, so hopefully you should still see me, but now I'm hopefully in a little window. Okay, so this is, let's go over kind of what we'll be doing for the soap today. I wanted to do kind of a holiday kind of theme for maybe a Christmas time kind of soap. We have just enough time for that, I think. So I'm going to be doing one that kind of is red and green and white. Doing a drop swirl, I think, is my plan. So we have the red oxide pigment over here. Then we have the apple green moss mica. Those are both from Bramble Berry. I do have, this is Sister Golden Hair Surprise. It's a gold mica. It's probably my favorite gold mica ever. And that's from Mad Oils. I think that's the only non-Bramble Berry product I'm using today. For additives, I'm going to be adding 2 tablespoons of sodium lactate, 2 tablespoons of aloe vera liquid, 2 tablespoons of kaolin clay. Those are all from Bramble Berry. The decoration on top, I think I'm going to try and make some little holly leaves using drops of mica, and hopefully that'll work. We'll see. It may be a total disaster, but for fragrance, I have a mixture here. So this is 60 grams of red berry rhubarb, which just came out, I think, from Bramble Berry in their, is it their holiday collection? I can't remember what collection it's in, but it just came out. This smells amazing. I love the smell of this. Now, I only had about 60 grams, so I wanted to add a little bit more just to sort of bump up the fragrance. So I have also 20 grams of blueberry jam, just to kind of bump up the berry portion. And then I also added 20 grams of Wassail fragrance oil. Now, Wassail, and it's spelled W-A-S-S-A-I-L, Wassail, is discontinued actually from Bramble Berry, but I still have some left. Now, I only used 20 grams of it. It has a really bright freshness with some spicy notes to it, and the red berry rhubarb also has that sort of same bright, fresh quality to it. So I like the mixture that came together with all 3 of them. I also liked adding the Wassail because the Wassail will turn your soap brown, and it's pretty like a dark tan. But I'm only adding 20 grams. And I'm adding titanium dioxide as one of the colorants also. So I'm hoping it ends up being kind of an ivory, or maybe like a really light tan. And I think that's going to give this kind of an old-fashioned Christmas kind of color scheme. The red brick pigment is really kind of dark and matte, and the green is a dark green with gold, and then hopefully I'll have this sort of ivory color in there, and I think that'll make a nice color mixture. Okay, so the video stopped. Did the video stop for everybody? The video says it's working. I can still see it on the. I'm watching the YouTube channel like that you guys would watch. So it's still displaying for me. I've just been talking about the things on the tray here. Okay, good. I think it's working for some people here. So unfortunately, if yours stopped working, I'm not really sure why, but it's working for other people. So you might want to click back in if it stopped for you. Try to just come back in, leave and come back in. So okay, so that's kind of what we'll be doing for the soap itself. On top, I'm going to try and keep it flat. And then I'm going to use some drops of this green mica and this kind of sharp tool here to use to kind of make holly leaves, and then maybe do some holly berries with the red brick mica. I might use some cranberry seeds, and I'm probably going to put a little bit of gold on top as well. And I will tell you, my top was inspired by Zahida Mapp from Handmade in Florida. She just posted a picture online of this, she does these gorgeous soaps, and she did this really lovely swirl that's sort of red, green, and gold, and it made me think of, and she piped little berries on it. So it made me think of the holly leaves and everything. But so she's who's inspired the top today. I also have some glitter here. This is just white glitter. I may use that, I may not. So, okay, I'm going to mix up my micas, just give them a little bit of mix because they've been sitting here for an hour or two as I prepped. Yeah, the red berry rhubarb, Samantha, I recommend it. It's very bright, fresh, has definitely kind of a fruity quality to it, obviously, and it's just super lovely. It has a little bit of like a sharp quality to it, but in a very pleasant way. So, okay, I think I'm going to move these to the side so I can get ready to bring my soap over. All right. Give me 1 second as we hair here. Okay. Get my safety goggles and gloves. Okay. Yeah, if something froze, you could always try hitting F5 on your keyboard, and that will sort of cause it to refresh. All right, let me make sure I can get everything in view here. Okay. Okay, and we'll be using the tall and skinny mold from American Soap Supplies. I have a couple of containers for my red and green that I'm going to be pouring off. I'm going to keep the majority of it kind of white, so the white will stay in here, and we'll check temperatures. Everything's pretty cool today. So my oils are 85, and my lye water is right around 70 or so. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm just checking here. I'm going to kind of look at comments for a second, just to make sure. Okay, good. All right. So I'm going to get started to make the soap. Let me go over the recipe here. Now, once this video is all finished, once the live portion is finished, I will have the recipe for the soap in the comments like I normally do. But just to go over it here for everybody. So in the oils, we have 480 grams of olive oil pomace, 300 grams of coconut oil 76 degree, 240 grams of cocoa butter, 120 grams of rice bran oil, and 60 grams of castor oil. For my lye and water, I have 456 grams of water and 167 grams of lye. That is a lye concentration of 26.8%. That's the default that soap calc defaults to. So, okay. I'm going to throw kind of everything in here to get it all mixed up. So all of my additives, my fragrance, I'm going to do all that stuff first and mix it all up. So this is the Kaolin clay. This is the aloe vera liquid. Sodium lactate. And the fragrance. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. It almost has, and I think it's the Wassail. It almost has like a champagne kind of quality, or maybe like a ginger ale kind of, that like bubbly freshness. All right, so this is going to be loud for a second here. Just going to mix these up. Okay. All right, so hi, Carmen. Hi, is that Puerto Rico? Hi, that's cool. Okay, so I just mixed those up just to get the clay, make sure there are no lumps in the clay, get the fragrance all sort of incorporated, get everything nice and mixed up. And then now I'm going to add the lye and water, okay? Give this a little stir here. Okay. Now I'm just going to mix to emulsification. Okay. And I don't know if you can see that on the top there, but I really just mix until I kind of get the kind of oil slick off of the top. And that's really all I want. So I don't even really have light trace yet. This is staying very fluid. And then let's pour off some for the red and the green. Again, I think the majority of this I'm going to keep white. Ooh, sorry. I'm right in front of the camera there, sorry. I'm not used to having all this stuff in the kitchen here with me. All right, let me add my green and my red. And my white. Oh, thanks, Black Dragon. Yes, so Red Berry Rhubarb is part of the seasonal sweets collection. Yes, and I think they did just run a discount on it, although that ended on the 18th. But yes, that was the collection. Hi, Robin from Alexandria. All right, I'm just going to mix these colors up here a little bit. All right, just starting to get light trace. Hi, Sharon from Indiana. Oh, Sharon's also doing Sharon, you also do paper crafts. I love paper crafting. That's my other sort of hobby I do. All right, let me get my mixer out of the way. Okay, so drop swirl. I'm going to add in a fair amount of the white. And then just drop in some of the green and red. Kind of from a nice high height. I'm going to repeat with the white. And now back to the green. And the red. Okay. And then I want to keep some of the white, just to keep the white on top here for a second. Do you feel that Pomace speeds up trace? You know, people have said that a lot, and I don't know. I don't think, if it does, I don't think it speeds it up a lot. I have used Pomace for a while, and I don't really think it adds, you know, a ton of acceleration. Okay. All right. Let me give that a good whack there. Just okay. Now, this is for the sort of experimental part here. Actually, I have a little extra soap, so let me pour some of that off. I have these little green molds that I got when I first started soaping. So they're handy just to, like, when I have a little extra batter or whatever. They're handy to chuck it in, and then I can, you know, make a couple either sample bars or just bars for myself that I use. That way I don't feel like I'm wasting a lot of soap. All right. Ooh, uh-oh. Okay. Let me give that a little swirl. Let me make sure I didn't knock my camera too much out of line here. Okay. I'm going to give this just a little quick swirl here, just so I have a little, like I said, this is really just for me, but it's always nice to have something pretty for yourself. Okay, back to the regular. So let me look at comments here for a second. This is surprisingly hard to keep track of, like doing all the soaping and watching, you know, your camera and comments. I need an assistant, I think. Let's see here. Okay, I think I was back here. I saw Sharon's comment. Do you feel that? Okay, we talked about that. Why does my soap stick to the white molds but not to the red mold from Essential Depot? Well, that's an interesting question. I've never heard that before. I have heard some people say that they have the red mold from Essential Depot and they feel like the color, the red color, gets on their soap. I've never had that happen, but I've heard some people say that. Sometimes I have had trouble with soap sticking in the past, but then I started using sodium lactate, and I feel like sodium lactate helps so much with unmolding, so I don't really have that problem anymore. Little Grimshire Soap Company from Ontario, Canada. Hi. Let's see here. Love the drop swirl. Oh yeah, Samantha J also talks about using the sodium lactate. Yeah, once I started using it, I just never turned back. It adds just so much firmness and ease of unmolding. And Anika from Trinidad, hi, welcome. And you talk NY Talk 60 from Maryland, hi. G Man's Women for Life. Thanks. My apron is actually from an Etsy shop, and she's awesome. She will do custom embroidery for you, and she has a ton of colors to pick from. I'm a big fan of lime green, so you may have noticed, but she was awesome. I told her what I wanted, and she embroidered it, and it's called Something for You is the name of the Etsy shop, I believe. Okay. Oh, let's see here. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling here a little bit here. Will you post your information on your videos for the recipe? Yes, Renee, I will. Once this gets uploaded, I'll have all the ingredients and all those things. Thank you. Awesome soap. Thank you so much. Arctic Shark. Arctic Shark. Why do you use cooler room temperature lye and oil? Well, in general, I mix up my oils and my lye mixture kind of in a small batch, master batch almost. I have them already pre-mixed so they're ready to go, and I usually do like 10 at a time, and then they're in a closet. So then when I want to make soap, I just pull out my pre-measured oils and lye, and I can get right to soaping. It makes things so quicker for me. So they've been sitting around a long time, so they're automatically cooler. But higher temperatures causes faster acceleration. So that's generally why I do it. Pat Bortolin from Hamilton, Ontario. Hi. You'll come and help? Oh, good. Kevin, what is sodium SL is sodium lactate. Large batch of which tumors. Will you find smaller recipes? This is generally the size I do. I love the tall and skinny mold. I use it all the time, so this is generally the size I make. You could certainly take my recipes and reduce them. If you are familiar with using recipes by percentages, you just would just reduce the overall number of grams that you want. But keep the percentages of the soap the same. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. I'm going to try and make some of these holly leaves here. Just putting little blobs of my green mica here. I don't know that this is going to work. We'll see. It may be a very artsy holly leaf. All right, sorry, I'm probably going to be quiet here for a few seconds as I try and get this design right here. Let's see. Okay. All right, so what I have is this little sort of sharp tool, and I'm just going to kind of drag it through. Oh, and I forgot to do my gold. Oh well. All right, so these are going to be very artsy holly leaves. But, you know, this will, I didn't really measure them out. So there's going to be a couple that are going to get cut up. When the actual bars get made. All right, I'll try to catch up on questions here in a second too. Okay. All right, let me see. Sorry, I stopped. Oh, goodness. I might have missed a bunch in there. Watching from Colorado. What do you do with any leftover mica colors? The ones I mix up, if I have ones that are left over, I just throw them away typically. But I usually only have a little bit that's left over, like a teaspoon or so. But do you store mica color for later? I don't pre-mix my micas. Some people do. I pre-mix my titanium dioxide, but that's it. The other ones stay dry in their jars until I'm ready to use them. JL says, I love your videos. Thank you so much. 10 Acre Woods, thank you very much. Opal, I love lime green too. Hi, Joyce. Hey, how are you? Joyce is one of my paper crafting friends from Ohio, and we've actually met in person. Thanks for joining, Joyce. Okay, I think I caught up in comments. Why do some, this is from Sheila, why do some soapers use cornstarch in the fragrance oil? Some people say it helps the fragrances to stick, so to speak. And, you know, this is an interesting concept, and I have thought about trying to do some kind of experiment with it, because I will tell you, to me that seems like, I don't know, it makes sense logically, right? Like that makes sense that that, you know, clays would try to sort of kind of hold on to a fragrance. but I don't know that that's actually true. Like, there's a part of me that thinks that's kind of like an old wives' tale of some kind. And I'd love to do an experiment on it, but I can't really figure out a way to like test it sort of scientifically. I'd like to have like a smellometer, you know, that can measure the strength of odors that are given off. And I think there aren't things that can do that, but I'm not sure like if I could get one, you know, for home use, or they're incredibly expensive or things like that. I actually went to a science sort of forum online and asked the question one time and really didn't get any responses. So I don't know if I can actually do it, but I would love to have, you know, some scientific way to do it than just instead of like, oh yes, this smells stronger to me than this one does. I'd like to have some way to sort of empirically test it and not just people's subjective reactions to it. But anyway, okay. So I added the little red berries. I am going to try and add some of the gold here. I'm just going to kind of swirl it around a little bit just with the gold. Again, this is more of an artistic kind of, I kind of like that though. I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. It definitely sort of says holly leaves to me. I mean, you know, kind of impressionistic holly leaves, but I think they're good. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I saw Joyce saying hi to Janet. Is Janet from New York here as well? Oh yeah, hey. Hey Janet. A couple more paper crafting friends of mine. Yeah, so G-Man's Woman for Life, which I really like your name. Yeah, I wish there was some way to like test it to make, you know, to say, yes, that is actually true. If you use clay, your fragrance will stick longer or smell stronger or whatever it is. But it all seems very subjective to me. Seems kind of logical, but I don't know if it actually works. Kate. Yes, please don't race anywhere. Stay safe. Don't get into a car accident. Okay. I'm able to get the true white color in my soaps. Do you have any suggestions on how I can get a true bright white? Well, I use Bramble Berry's titanium dioxide, and I love the white that comes out from it. Now, you may have to play around with the concentration that you mix up. Mine is fairly thick. I have this bottle. I usually will fill it with the powder, the titanium dioxide, probably about a little more than half with just the powder, and then fill the rest up with water and give it a good shake. Now, titanium dioxide tends to clump if you're not mixing it and using it all the time. So I have some little metal pieces, they're actually coins in here that help me mix it up. If you watch Birdie Jean on her YouTube channel, she does videos for soap. She's the one who sort of inspired me. She puts a little like a little toy car in her mixing bowl that helps mix that up. So I would say play with your concentration of titanium dioxide. The other thing you can try is you can certainly try to formulate your hard oils with things that are very white. Like you could use coconut oil or tallow. You know, a really clean tallow gives a nice good white soap to start with. Of course, always look at your fragrances. There are lots of fragrances out there that you know, will turn your soap kind of tan or brown because of the vanilla content. So keep an eye on that as well. But those would be my suggestions for kind of a white soap. Yes, I saw somebody ask earlier about, I have a website that'll also be in the listing too. You can buy my soap online on my website. Portland, Oregon. Hi, Camille. I work for a company called Kronos, but we were actually, my little company was purchased by Kronos, which is a big, huge company. But my company itself is based in Portland, Oregon, so I've been out there a couple of times. I like Portland. I love your zoo, too. It's a great zoo out there. A larger nose helps with scent. Does TD cause glycerin rivers? No. Water content and temperature contribute to glycerin waters. And if you want to read a great article on glycerin rivers and an experiment, look up Clara Lindbergh, or her soap is Auntie Clara's soap. She is a soap maker based in South Africa, and she does beautiful pictures, really interesting soap. She always writes a story, like she oftentimes will write a story about the soap she creates, and her stories are just great to read. She has a great blog and website, so check her out, Auntie Clara's soap. She's from South Africa. She has a blog post on glycerin rivers where she does this really great experiment and sort of explains it all much better than I could. But check her out for the glycerin river. So, thank you very much, Lighthouse Owls. That's very nice of you. And Patty Kim, thank you so very much. Okay, great. So I think I'm caught up on all the questions so far. Okay, so that's our soap made. Let me clean up just here for 1 second. And we will get to the giveaway portion. Okay, so last time I did the giveaway, I had people guess a number, and there were like a million guesses, and it was like hard to keep up with all the guesses. So I'm not going to do the same thing I did before. Let me fix my camera here a little bit. Okay, so hopefully I'm back too. Okay. All right, good. So hopefully it's just me now. Yeah, Auntie Samantha is commenting about Auntie Clara. So Auntie Clara also does just really unusual soap. She's done crocodile tallow, I believe. And most recently, she actually used snail slime in her soap. Apparently, snail slime is kind of a craze in the cosmetic world. And she has these really big snails local to her that she wild harvests, and then puts them on a special diet for a couple of weeks, a diet that she can control, and then she cooks them and has escargot, right? So she eats them. But so I think this year she actually made soap from the slime that comes out of the snails, and I actually purchased a bar. So I just received a couple of bars of soap from Auntie Clara just probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. I haven't used the slime soap yet. It was just so unusual. I just had to buy a bar of it. But anyway, yeah, check her out. She's really amazing. So, okay. All right, so let's get ready to do the giveaway of all of my stuff. So remember, you have to be here in the session to qualify for the giveaway. And this is only available to U.S. customers. And I'm so sorry for my international folks, but mixed shipping would just be kind of crazy expensive for it. So, okay. Now, last time for the giveaway, what I did was I just said, hey, pick a number, guess a number between X and Y, and the first person to guess the right number wins. And then there were like a million guesses, and they were coming in so fast. So this time I'm going to have a more soap-related question, okay? So everybody get ready, okay? The winner will be the same kind of way. The first person to type the correct answer into the chat is the winner of the giveaway, okay? And if they come in really fast, I may have to look back and see who the first person was who said it. But okay, so you know, well, you may not know, but one of my favorite soaping books is Scientific Soap Making by Kevin Dunn. Okay, so if you are interested in the science of soap making, he does a great job of explaining a lot of the science, so it's really relatable. There is some of it that's really kind of hardcore science, but I've had chemistry in nursing school, but I am not a chemist, and he makes it pretty easy to understand, and it just has a lot of really great information into it. So I highly recommend the book just overall. But my question is going to be coming kind of from the book today, okay? All right, so here's the question. Now, it's kind of a long one, so listen closely. All right, so in the book, Scientific Soap Making by Kevin Dunn, Kevin uses a very simple term for soap when it is heated and it goes through the gelatinous kind of petroleum jelly stage. The more complicated term is lamellar lyotropic liquid crystalline phase, with the water-soluble heads all lined up and the greasy hydrophobic tails all lined up. So you have the heads of the soap molecule kind of all this way, and their greasy little tails all pointing this way, and they line up in a row. He uses a very simple term to describe this. So it is called blank soap. What is the term that Kevin Dunn uses to describe this, this with all of the little soap molecules lined up in a row? Lots of guesses of saponification. No. Mashed potato. Okay. So good guesses here. Gel, that's kind of what we're talking about. It's when the soap goes through gel and all the little soap molecules line up. He calls it blank soap. It's a short word. My head just hit the desk. Oh, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought people would guess this. Maybe I made it too hard. Should I give you the first letter? Maybe I'll give you the first letter, since nobody's guessed it so far. Okay. Yeah, oh, we got it. Very good. Okay. Marcia Goodman got it. Neat. Neat. N, and I have it here. I wrote it out already. So neat soap, that's what Kevin Dunn calls it, when all the little soap molecules line up in a row and they're all sort of standing straight like that, and then they sort of stack on top of each other. He calls it neat soap, okay? So congratulations. Let me get back here who that was. That was Marcia Goodman. If you would get in touch with me, in fact, let me write down your name so I don't forget. And it's probably easiest to get a hold of me through YouTube, or you can go to my website, and there is a contact me button on my website as well. Okay. All right. All right. You're very welcome, Marcia. Good guess. Okay, thanks. All right, everybody, that is really it. So we closed just under an hour. I thought this would kind of take for an hour. So what did she win? There's a whole bunch of Bramble Berry products. There's a 5-pound mold, wooden mold with a liner, a couple of fragrances, some micas, some little additives that I'm throwing in. So it was a kind of a mix of Bramble Berry products, but that's what she won. So, okay, That's it. Thanks everybody so much for joining my live session. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed kind of watching along as I made soap. If you had questions, I hope I answered them for you. And here I am wishing everybody a very happy Thanksgiving next week and very happy holidays coming up. Thanks so much for coming by and have a great day, everybody. Okay? Bye, everyone.